All right. Executive briefing of Apple Incorporated by Jake Scott. All right. All right. The summary of Apple Incorporated. Apple Incorporated is one of the most successful companies of the past decade. Apple has developed and sold great products such as the iPhone, MacBook, iPod, and iPad. Apple has also built a company that has a great hold on the consumer market due to the high amount of loyal customers. With this being said, Apple Incorporated is not immune to general market trends and over time, some products and sales tend to decrease because the market begins to mature and products become obsolete. This can be seen as one of Apple's major problems that they will experience. Apple experiences competition from other companies advanced in technology such as Samsung, Amazon, Microsoft, and despite the strong competition, the company grew and thrived within its industry. The marketing plan for Apple Incorporated will detail the strategy the company will use to market its products to consumers. The marketing plan will identify the target market, the value proposition of the brand, potential markets, and the metrics to be used to assess the efficiency of the marketing initiatives. All right. Moving on to the intro of the Apple Incorporated. Apple Incorporated was founded on April 1st, 1976 by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Apple Incorporated is among the world's most outstanding technological companies. I cannot pronounce these names. It's going to be butchered. I apologize. But Shektarin and Nosriv 2018 states that the company value proposition explains that a phone should be more than a collection of features. The phone should further be simple and attractive to the use. And the company offers unique experiences to its customers through its products. And is why Apple has been so successful. Again, it was cited from Shektarin and Nosriv 2018. Apple's first and most significant experience of decline in revenue and growth was in 1996 due to a lack of new innovative technology. The article by Vox 2014 states that Apple experienced its first form of real growth when Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, when Apple was nearly bankrupt. Steve Jobs led to a spectacular recovery when he first introduced the iPod in 2001, the iPhone in 2007, and the iPad in 2010. The result of these new innovative ideas led Apple to almost $40 billion in profits in 2014's fiscal year. And this was cited from Lee 2014. Apple is a very popular brand in the global market for its hardware and software products and the services they provide. Apple is a large-sized company that mainly generates its revenue from the sales of the iPhone. iPhone has high brand recognition associated with Apple itself and reputation in the global market due to its technological advanced features. Apple has also been successful in the worldwide sense of business environment through its efficient marketing and advertising strategies. Apple Incorporated products present unique design and features such as lightweight Retina display and different storage unit sizes. Its computers are portable, and it serves as simple and efficient to all their products with the interconnected ability of the iOS. Apple produces its products with unique and attractive features that its competitors cannot emulate. Despite their product types all using iOS for Mac and the phones, it's still hard for other companies to imitate this. Mac products are too expensive for other companies to adapt and implement. And things such as like virtual reality gadgets are also unaffordable by many other companies, giving Apple competitors a hard time implementing them. The generic differentiation strategy helps the company in all sectors, including quality products, production, leadership, and fast distribution channels. All right, moving on to the management action. These management functions are the core of Apple's management, and are the very factors that help the company cope with changes and innovation. As every department has its own senior VP and VP, it has its own individuality. The function-based grouping and spoke wheel hierarchy makes innovation and changes within the department easier and smooth. Apple collaborative debates allows people from various departments and functions to gather, innovate, promote, reject, or build on each other's ideas. This is how the company comes up with innovative ideas and solutions. This is possible due to the freedom of voice, opinions, and suggestions, and the willingness of the senior management to consider and accept them. This type of management or leadership promotes everyone in the team to come up with their best performance ideas and actually give their best performance in general. All right, moving on to the SWOT analysis. Looking at the strengths first. One, Apple's most valuable brand. Apple is the most valuable brand. Apple is ranked number one position for the ninth consecutive year by Interbrand with a market value of $408 billion, cited by Global Brand Consultancy 2022. This gives high brand likeness and makes Apple look very, very appealing to potential customers and partners. All right, moving on to the second part. Leading technology innovators. Apple company has become widely known for its innovation. Apple's Apple having the ability to produce its hardware, software, and other products brings the company to the top of the line. Each year, they launch new products with enhanced predecessors and the latest designs, which makes the products more user-friendly every time. This is even the reason why it wins majority of the market share, even though its prices are relatively high. Finally, expansions and services. Apple has been expanding its services portfolio for many years. Apple has been doing this. By doing this, allows them to generate even more money while only producing the iPhone as a physical product, usually, including the Mac, but it's not as sought after as the iPhone. So Apple services include digital content stores, streaming services, iCloud, Apple Payment, Apple Care, payment services, and etc. Recent apps that has been introduced through many new services for Apple has been Apple TV, Apple News, Apple Card, Apple Arcade, and Apple Fitness Plus, with a couple others. All right, moving on to the overall weaknesses. One, I hinted on this a little bit. High prices. The biggest weakness of the Apple company has to be its high prices. Its top priced products become a vulnerability for the company because consumers are easily able to select products of comparable quality for a little bit lower cost. It also limits potential buyers to the highly priced buy point. Looking at potential weakness number two, its incompatibility with other softwares. When a consumer buys an Apple product, they enter the Apple universe. Apple products do not support other softwares or technologies, making them more incompatible with other devices. Consumers have to exclusively purchase Apple apps or accessories to continue using the Apple products. The incompatibility of their operating system with other devices have made it difficult for people to switch from iOS-based devices because of this. Devices are not user-friendly, which requires them sometimes harder to get used to. And for like older people or people that are not tech savvy, it's kind of technically difficult. Yeah, the iPhone is very easier and more user friendly as like just usage, but like the nitty gritty details like iCloud and stuff like that can be confusing. All right, looking at some opportunities for Apple. Consistent consumer growth. So Apple has been dominating the technology sector for years now. They provide top quality and cutting edge technology that offers a breakthrough in customer experience. Their customer retention rate of 92% is phenomenal. Apple can always rely on the power of the internet for the future opportunities to gain new customers and form new alliances. I got some of the information in this section from Gotts and Jean 2017. All right, another opportunity is the increased demand for cloud-based services. Current times have called for a rise in data connectivity and speed. The utilization of the cloud services has been the forefront of this demand, and the market for the cloud-based services is growing. And Apple can extend its range of iCloud services and applications with this current time. And then finally, an opportunity is Kia Motors and Apple are supposed to collab to build a car. So Apple has partnered with Kia Motors to assemble driverless electronic cars in Georgia. According to the Wall Street Journal, Kia will begin product production in 2024 and produce about 100,000 vehicles in its first year. This was cited by Higgins 2021. This is an interesting opportunity for Apple because if Apple manages to successfully produce the product, it can potentially seize control of the marketing segment and monopolize electronic cars and be like a top competitor with like Tesla. All right, looking at threats. Increasing competition is always going to be a threat. So although Apple as a brand has solidified itself and it will still face threats from competition. With the advancements in technology, brands like Samsung, Google, Dell are always going to be tough competition for Apple. As the company is getting stronger, as companies are getting stronger, Apple either has to introduce new technology or revise its pricing policy to stay ahead of the curve. All right, the second point. Rapid technology changes. The field of consumer electronics is continually evolving with new technology advancements every other day. It will be a great challenge for the companies to keep ahead with the latest trends. So far, Apple has been able to bring some revolutionary products to the products and the market field. So they have been able to manage this pretty well, but it's always still a factor that the next big thing could come out. Samsung could be on top of it before them, and then they're a step behind. All right. The overall summary of the SWOT. Through this Apple SWOT analysis report, it is evident that the strength and opportunity provided Apple with a strategic advantage over its threats and weaknesses, which is most likely because the company's reputation and loyalty amongst the consumers, although it would be beneficial for the organization to address the weaknesses that are described above by establishing effective management strategy and by eliminating the potential threats that it may face in the future. Uh, Moving on to marketing strategy. Apple's marketing strategy is based on the founder Steve Jobs' philosophy that customers do not always know what they want. The next point is Apple hopes to make customers want Apple products more and reach potential new customers. And this was cited from Duvatsky 2021. All right, overall marketing objective. Apple's main objective is to retain faithful customers while also building new relationships with future customers. They hope to increase customer retention, and they will be able to keep developing producing new products that entice people to purchase them. The idea behind this is that as Apple customers being happy with their products um, are more likely and willing to continue using Apple products for their technology needs. And this was cited from Apple 2022. All right, moving on to the target market. Apple does not have a target market. It targets people in the luxurious technology industry. It focuses on users and lets them decide how and where they will use its products. For this reason, its target market for Apple is wide. Its products attract many different demographics, from teenagers to big companies. Teenagers use iPhones to socialize with friends, listen to music, go on social media, and finally play video games. On the other hand, iPhones are useful for adults for their everyday needs, such as phone calls, map directions, internet connections, documents, and cameras. Last but not least, Apple offers competent hardware and software to help businesses maintain their security and efficiency in all their activities. If Apple is to consider a target market segment to be more aimed towards selling its products, Apple should aim towards selling to institutions and schools. With their technological devices for research, training, and luxurious advertisements, colleges and university students would find iPads and MacBooks computers attractive for their lightweight and easy to carry design. A target strategy I think Apple Incorporated could utilize is the blue ocean strategy. The blue ocean strategy is referred to a market for a product where there's no competition or very little competition. The strategy revolves around searching for a business in which very few firms operate and where there is no pricing pressure. This would give Apple an edge over its competitors and make it impossible to compete with them. Apple could easily work within the institution and lower their prices with some sort of bundle deal, excluding and driving out competition to maintain control of this marketing segment. All right. Moving on to the marketing mix.